Hi, Blitz here. So, I just want to get something off my chest with this channel update. First and foremost, I was just false flagged attacked. Somebody went to an older video of mine and decided to falsely claim something that wasn't true. Now, the irony is that because YouTube uses an automated system, it doesn't really understand what it's talking about. So it's claiming that at 0.5 seconds in, so basically 5 seconds in, when my rig kicked Ayani in the stomach, that's basically harming children. Here's the thing, she's 18 years old in the game. She's an adult female. She's not a child. So that made no sense. So they couldn't get it on the music because music showed zero intent. So they chose that right there. And I'm like, I had no idea women were children. I guess all women are children now. But apparently they couldn't get anything else, so that's what they went with, which is hilarious because it doesn't make any sense. It's about as batshit crazy as you could possibly think. So, yeah, women are apparently children now. Who knew? But yeah. So they false flagged it. I got a warning. I did not get in trouble. I got a warning. So if you guys know, I did not get in trouble, but I did get a warning. Now, basically, the only thing you can do to prevent that situation is that if you feel like somebody is basically intentionally going after you for no reason at all, just because they either suck at a game or whatever, the only thing you can legitimately do is sort of just basically abuse the rules themselves. And what that means is I have to put every single content now as adult only content because of the fact that there's a bunch of assholes running around false flagging people, I guess, because they suck at life. They either suck at the game, they suck at life, whatever, don't care. I follow the rules to a T. So the fact that they had to spin that so hard is ridiculous. Now granted, I did lose like a hard drive over this past month, so this whole video had to be completely scrapped. When I started noticing that it was having failures, yeah, you can lightly press it in, it'll cause the hard drive to fail. I did not know that. So I picked it up because it was having that issues while it was plugged in, and you could hear platters grinding. It is so bad. It's so easy to break them. Like, external SSDs are terrible. They break easily enough. I'm not gonna waste my time like putting the audio in. Just keep in mind that the only reason I picked up World, for example, was because I wanted this bonus on Wilds. And now I'm hearing that Wilds is having the same issues as World did when it first came out, which is lack of content. Amazing, right? But here's the thing, right? Even with that false flag attack, my channel is growing. I'm sorry, but it is. Every week, every month is adding up. Like, I have 900 subs right now. My view count is like 1,100,000, close to it. Okay? So, and granted, some videos are doing better than others. Like, the Star Wars content is really picking up, which I was shocked that it was picking up, because other long plays are kind of like slouching. And that's kind of okay. It is what it is. You're going to have some videos are going to be doing better than others. It's just how life goes. You know, and like I said, I'm not a kids channel. I'm not. So why did they have to come at me sideways with community guidelines for children? I don't have no fucking clue. None of my content is for kids. Except for like the Pokemon stuff I did when I was an actual kid. So the irony there, right? I made that shit like 15 years ago. This is not a kids channel anymore because I'm not a kid anymore. That's just how life goes. So I just thought it was funny. And like I said, people watch my content all hours of the day, but most of the time it's during their lunch breaks at work or during like their actual like off time when they get off work. So most of the time it's in the evenings and at night. That's my viewership time frame, is the night time, where the night crew is, because I used to work nights, so I usually upload during the evenings. And so usually during night is when stuff gets uploaded, and into the early morning it gets uploaded. So that's the time frame in which I upload things. Now, as you can see from this image, I store all of my wins in hard drives. That means there's a record of people taking L's. Okay? I record a lot of content. I go through a lot of content. If I don't like what I see, it goes into the trash bin. Okay? That means not every win I've ever had is uploaded to YouTube, but there's quite a lot. Okay? And I record a lot of content. I record a lot of long plays, stuff like that. Like this one is one of them. That's a Fire Emblem one that I'm working on. So there is going to be more Fire Emblem content coming to the channel, just not right away. And that's because I want to focus on things one at a time. Now, here's the thing. When I play fighting games, right, and this is why people get so mad, I take the pad and pen approach to fighting games, meaning I go through different iterations of the same combo over and over and over again, and because of all of the attack angle shifts and the shifting in the move list itself, and the fact that I take it to a complete science, like this is how I run Mila. Serious. And nobody that Framelock spams with Mila does that, and this is why most of my wins are like upper rank fights, and most of them are easy wins. Like I basically make them look like a joke. Why do they look like a joke? It's because they don't practice with the command training mode. They don't physically practice against the legend bot, which is the hardest difficulty bot in the game. The legend bot is equivalent to an A, U, and S rank. It's not equivalent to the star ranks, but it is equivalent to your A, your S, and your U's. If you can beat a legend bot, what you're doing will work against an S and a U rank. But you can just sort of see that I'm just using my move list to win here. I'm not doing the same thing over and over again. I'm constantly shifting into a different thing. And that's the difference. I don't care about people's frame data. Frames don't mean anything in DOA. It never did because of the hold system. But that's why it's so easy for me to win. And when I put things in the intro for that, and I show these bomb combos, well, that's me getting it off and ranked, right? That thing does like over half the life bar in damage, and this is what's in every intro for DOA now. Whenever I run rig, that's in the intro. Look at the damage. So all people have to do is learn how to play the game by physically going to the command training and practicing in the practice mode. That's all you got to do. It's so easy to get good at a fighting game. It's not difficult. Nothing about it is difficult. And I see the same things in Tekken. All of them suck. Every person that I fought in rank sucks. They all do the same stupid shit. They don't have any brain. Like that right there, you just sidestep. See how I sidestep his attack? I was showing him, dude, that's how you sidestep. Like, and once I realized he did not know how to sidestep, I was like, okay, fuck him. I don't care no more. Fuck him. He wants to take all the damage. Fuck him. He just wants to take all the damage, so fuck him. And that's basically, it's like, so, and here's what I mean, right? And this is why I went double Garyu in Season 2 already, and I know some people are like, well, that's not that high. Well, my win rate is 60%, and I don't run the same character. I'm not going to run the same character, so my highest character is a Garyu, and the second character is now a Garyu, and I'm about to have a third and a fourth Garyu. So, I'm not the type of person that just runs the same character and that's it. I don't have a main because I don't run a main. To me, mains are like it's a pride thing. Like they pride themselves on being a Hahachi main or whatever. They pride themselves on being a Reina main. I would never classify myself as a Reina main because I don't run just Reina. So there's no such thing as a main. It's really just they have pride and that's the only character that they run. So they say that they are a Reina main. There's no such thing as an actual main though. And the people that think that are deluding themselves. It's basically a delusion. You don't have a main. That's just the only character that you fucking run. You don't do anything else, so you don't know anything else. You can't talk shit about another character because you don't run that character. And because I run like 5 or 6 different characters, I probably have more fucking knowledge than anybody else. Everyone bitches about Fahkumram. Look at how fucking easy this is. Stop bitching about a character you don't even know how to play. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, cause I'm not having trouble here. Yeah, this was like 2.04, and people are still complaining about Fakarum. All the Twitch streamers on Twitch, they're all complaining about Fakarum. Why? He's not even that hard. I mean, unless he has you at the wall, that push kick he did, that mid push kick, don't do anything. But even then, it's not a homing attack. You can sidestep it. So he's not a challenge. He's a joke character. He's an easy character. He's kind of like how Ogre was back in the day in Tekken Tag 2. He's a cheap boss character that's easy to run for people that don't know how to play the game. That's what he's for. He's not meant to be played competitively. He's a joke character for people that need an easy mode. That's why they're not going to patch and fix him. And if you don't want to learn how to beat the character, well, tough. You're just going to lose then, and you're going to whine like a little baby, a 2-year-old child, because you don't want to get better at the game. And this is why my Tekken 8 win rate is 60% online in ranked, which is the same as my DOA win rate being 60%, right? I win more than I lose. Sorry, deal with that shit. And it's like, but that's just how it is. And because people want to spam in fighting games, but never want to learn how to play, they get butthurt at people like me that actually know how to play the game, that know their move list, that do not need to spam the same attack on repeat, and can win easy. Like, it's sad, but it's true. So my advice to people is, yeah, go to the training mode. Learn how to play the game legitimately. Learn how to run the whole move list. That way you have like 20 different switch ups to keep people off guard to where you can easily beat them. That is the best advice I could give people. Will they listen? No. They'd be like, but you have 2 Garyus. You're no God of Destruction. How the fuck do you think those God of Destructions got there? Like, most of the time, they even say it out loud, like, you're too obvious. You have no switch-ups. You're too obvious. You're easy to read. Duh. That's what happens when you're easy to read. So, most of the legitimate ones, they earn the place. Now, granted, some of them got there by spamming like a trash can. That's completely different, though. But that's why in Tekken 8, they now get rid of your rank. They just delete it. Every season, clean slate. Which I actually agree with. I think that's cool. I think that's a good thing to do. Because then you don't have situations like in DOA 6 where the rank list is like flooded with garbage. Flooded with garbage. So, and that's where it is right now. Like, most of the upper ranks in DOA 6 I have beaten. And there are a couple people that kind of got through where I never fought them, so I can't really say nothing. But the reality is that I've beaten more people than I know how to count. Like, I can't count how many people I've beaten. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that somebody had to go after the channel. But even when they went after the channel, they did absolutely nothing to the channel. The channel is still up. The channel is still kicking. There's no strike. There's just a warning. Congratulations, guys. Whoever thought that was bright, you're stupid. Because technically I could take YouTube to court. I can actually take YouTube to court over this. I'm not going to, because they just gave a warning. There's nothing really to be upset about. But the fact that they committed libel saying that I was harming children when the character is an adult, so obviously that's not true, that's libel. That's libel. So basically, yeah, I don't really care about it. But if this shit continues, yes, I will be taking YouTube to court. Because I can. Because that's now libel. And I will win. Because they cannot prove that it's a child. So, yeah, there's no intent there. They can't prove intent. Because they can't prove intent, that's how YouTube's in the wrong here. Like, and there are other people that have like, well, I got banned off Xbox Live for this, but then you look at it and you're like, dude, you sent this over text. You got banned because of that. Like it's obvious, right? So if you're getting banned off of like, gone are the days where you could say that Xbox Live bans players illegitimately. Like, back in the day, what it used to be is that there would be this dude, this gray beard in somebody's basement or whatever, like some dude would review it as like a part-time job, and so it was actually people. Ever since Microsoft switched over to robots, essentially AI, ever since it's now been done via AI, and because the system is automated, because it's an automated system, you cannot claim that what you did was not what you did. It just doesn't happen like that. Unless the system is confused because it's associating a female body with a child, which is what happened with me, that is the only example of a false accusation or a false flag. And I hate to say it, but I'm not even going to contest it. I'm not going to call up YouTube and be like, what are you talking about? Why are you false flagging my account? Why are you flagging a video that has nothing to do with anything what you said? I'm not going to do that. I could do that, but I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I can also take him to court. I'm not going to do that because it just seems childish. But let's move on. So, the Monster Hunter World. So here's the thing, right? It's basically my entry into foreign markets. So basically, I'm trying to branch out more globally. When I was a kid, I used to do that. I used to have a large German following as well as a English following. Und ja, ich kann auch auf Deutsch sprechen, aber normalerweise muss ich auf English sprechen. So basically, yeah, I can speak German, yeah, I can code switch, but I'm not going to do it in every video. And the reason being is because it's a waste of time. If the intended audience is an English audience, and the majority of my audience is English, sadly, the bulk of the content will be in English. Until it goes half and half, you won't see much German coming from my end, meaning most of my narration will be in English, and it's not going to be in German, sadly. It's just not going to be important. And the reality is there are German YouTubers out there. So I'm entering into an already competitive scene, and I'm doing it with content that I already technically recorded. So that's why I was able to just quickly jump into Iceborne so quickly, was because I already beat the game. I already beat Iceborne. So because I already beat Iceborne and the DLC expansion, I already had everything recorded, ready to go. That's why it's so easy for me to pick up the pace and within like less than two weeks I was already in Iceborne. So the content's going to blow over quickly. It's going to be very quickly to beat it. Now, once you get to the point where you have special assignments in purple, that is no longer Iceborne. That is what they call post-game content. I don't care about the post-game content, so I'm just going to end it there, and that's where it's going to end. It's going to end at the end of Iceborne, which the cutscene that is this, the Moon and Sapphire Star, I think is the name of the cutscene. That's when I'm going to be ending Iceborne as a whole. And like I said before, it just is what it is. And towards the end of the game, you are going to see me use the zone exploit more and more often. If you guys don't know what that is, it's when you have the Glavenus armor, you combine it with usually the Black Vel'Hazak armor to get Focus Grade 3. And when you have Focus Grade 3, here's what happens, okay? So long as you have the Special Shot Charm 2, because the Focus Grade 3 affects the meter for Wyvern Snipe with both digits, meaning it lowers the gauge by 20%, and it increases the fill rate. I think it lowers it by 15%, and then increases the fill rate by 20% or something like that. Both numbers matter. Okay, it fills up the gauge faster and it lowers the gauge. And if you have the Special Shot Charm, you can increase the damage by 20%. You add the Power Talon, and then the Power Charm. You add a double attack buff. You add a meal attack buff, and then you add that. And it's just game. It's game. You add Fortify twice. You can just abuse the end zone. What I mean by that is you can sit at the end of the zone and just spam Wyvern Snipe, and they can't do anything to you because they are not programmed to be intelligent. None of the monsters in Monster Hunter World are intelligent. They're incredibly stupid. You can just do this all day. And so originally I was going to do a review for this game. I might still do a review of this game, but the reality is I don't have to go in here charging in with a sword to kill this thing. I just need to shoot it. And this is why hunters kill animals with guns. They don't run up there with spears and stab them. You're never going to see a hunter hunt a bear with a knife. You're going to see a hunter hunt a bear with a high caliber rifle because he does not want to die. And this is the same situation. Why the heck would I do that? And eventually I beat the Tealstra. And the thing is, the monsters aren't programmed to migrate. I think there's only like the Devilio. The Devilio is the only monster in the game that is programmed to travel between zones and repeat and constantly hunt you down. And it's designed that way so you don't do this and win against Elder Dragons. Like that was a Master Rank Elder Dragon. Boom, dead, done. Easy, right? Easy. Just abuse the zone. Abuse the zone. And that's all you gotta do. So it's not a complicated game to beat. It's a very easy game to beat, and it's not challenging in any way. I have no reason to do the post game because the game's a joke. It's not hard. Somebody else can do that stuff if they want to. I have no interest in it because I'm at the Velkhana during the second run right now, and it's literally boring me to death. The game is boring me to death. Right now, all I have to do is use the Lava Seath armor that I've already crafted, put an incendiary bow on, and just burn it. Just burn it to death. With a ranged weapon. I mean, seriously. There's like nothing fair. There's nothing fair about this. And like I said, you get meal buffs, attack buffs that are meal based. Like, how is it fair? It's not fair. And none of these monsters are difficult in any way. But it is what it is. And like I said, you can do like up to 2,000 damage with the bowgun at that point. It's not a difficult thing to do. The whole game is a joke because of this. Like in the older games, the heavy bowguns, you had to enter this crouching fire mode, and that was how you did damage with it. Yeah, you took reduced damage because you entered a crouching state, so you had you had a defense buff with it, but you still took damage. This method, they just broke it. They broke it. They broke the game entirely with this, and there's no going back from it.